Which one of these is more memorable? This? Or this? My vote's for the second one. And look, this is a positive channel that supports all kinds of art and artists, so don't think I'm throwing any shade at Transformers. It's fine. But ask me to name 5 specific moments of memorable action in any one of those films, and no, can't. Or even something like Batman Begins, one of my favorite movies ever. When it comes to the actual action in that film, like, I know he fights Ra's al Ghul in that movie because he does a thing with the train and the "I will kill you, but I don't have to save you." But I literally cannot picture them actually fighting. Just a bunch of shaky cam, punchy stuff. And I think the reason for this movie Amnesia is that the action in those films is largely lacking strong creative hooks. What is a hook? Well, now I can see why you'd make that mistake, but a hook is actually... Okay, yes, hook, Spielberg, it's the same. Yeah, I get the joke. Thank you. Stop. Hook is a term I've started to use in reference to a creative and memorable moment in action. In other words, hooks are to action how jokes are to comedy. Now, there are filmmaking terms that are close to this, like an action beat or a gag, but I think those are respectively too ambiguous and too restrictive. And keep in mind, a hook doesn't have to be funny. It can be a badass moment. It can be terrifying. It can be an interesting use of cinematography, like an extended shot. It can even be an awesome use of sound design. Really anything that makes the moment memorable. And a really good action hook can even be used to establish character, like what kind of person is Captain America? Well, he's this kind of person. What kind of person is Katniss Everdeen? What kind of person is James Bond? What kind of person or god is Wonder Woman? And what kind of person is Indiana Jones? Now, there are a ton of great modern action films and filmmakers that use strong hooks. The Russo brothers are just killing it with the last couple Captain Americas. John Wick 1 and 2 are bonkers good. Casino Royale has a lot of fantastic... Wait, what? It's not a modern film? It came out how long ago? 12 years? I am very old, oh god. But when it comes to the greatest hooks of all time... Well, there's a very strong argument to be made for Jackie Chan, for sure, but my personal Lord and Savior when it comes to hooks, and I'm sure the title of this video didn't already give this away at all, is Steven Spielberg. Spielberg's action sequences, or Spielberg's movies, are built around hooks, and Jesus crackers, can that man do hooks. First of all, a huge ingredient for an effective hook is clarity, and Spielberg's obsession with extended takes and shot composition and brilliant camera movement adds a lot to the clarity of his hooks, where most action films these days use a lot of cutting and chaotic cinematography to create the illusion of something exciting happening, which results in this. Spielberg also understands that less is usually more. The simpler a hook is, the easier to follow it is, the better. For example, Which, fun fact, that fight scene was originally supposed to be like 3 minutes long, but on the day they were going to shoot it, Harrison Ford came to set not feeling too hot.
The story basically is that we had I had about 100 storyboards just on this sequence, and Harrison showed up that morning, and he said he had gone to a restaurant he shouldn't have gone to, and he knows he shouldn't have gone there, but he had a case of the Turistas. I recall saying to Harrison, "Why don't you just shoot this son of a bitch with your sidearm, with your gun?" And Harrison said, "Okay, that's a great idea."
So if there's one thing you take away from this video, let it be the fact that Indiana Jones shoots the swordsman because Harrison Ford had to poop. By the way, it's not just Spielberg's summer blockbusters that use hooks. You can spot them in his more dramatic stuff too, like Saving Private Ryan.
Jesus! Come on. Lucky bastard. Move it. Keep it moving.
And even Schindler's List. For Spielberg, hooks aren't something you sprinkle throughout an action sequence to help it pop. Hooks in Spielberg's films are the spine of the action sequences. The structure of the sequences are ultimately just moving us from hook to hook to hook. Like a series of miniature scenes that ultimately add up to one big cohesive scene. To the point that those small memorable moments are the substance of the scene. As Spielberg once put it, making a movie and not directing the little moments is like drinking a soda and leaving the little slurp puddle for someone else. Wait, what does that even mean? Is the slurp puddle good? Or I think you want the slurp puddle? That is an actual quote. So, to illustrate Spielberg's hook-to-hook structure, let's take a quick look at one of my absolute favorite sequences, the German tank chase in Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. Hook number 1. We start out pretty simple with horse v tank, setting up this recurring old-fashioned versus technology motif we'll see throughout the scene. Also, Indy tricks the tank into getting a car stuck on its face. Hook number 2. The tank shoots the car off its face. Awesome. Hook number 3. Indy plugs the cannon. Take that, technology. Hook number 4, just my favorite hook ever. Hook number 5, guy gets treadmilled and smushed. Cool death and a bit of setup for a future hook. Hook number 6, face on the periscope. And periscope guy getting his comeuppance. Hook number 7, face on the tread. Oh god, ow, ow, ow. Hook number 8, the pen.
But don't you see, the pen is mightier than the sword.
In your face technology. Literally. Hook number 9, Indy stuck on the cannon for a healthy dose of anxiety. Oh god, get off of there. Hook number 10, the bullet ricocheting around the tank and boink. Hook number 11, Papa Jones almost getting treadmilled. Hey, they set that up with the other thing. Hook number 12, the hat falls off the Indy and the tank fall off the cliff. Hook number 13, Indy climbs back up and joins in on the grieving of his own death. I love this hook. It gives us a second to process everything that just happened, exhale a bit, and we even get a little bit of heartwarming.
I thought I'd lost you, boy.
Aw. And hook number 14, a nice little button to the scene when the hat comes back. So, over the course of about 10 minutes, we get 14 hooks. That's a memorable, iconic moment every 43 seconds. Almost zero fat in there, just hook after hook after hook. And that's why hooks are so important to filmmaking. They're more than spectacle. Not that there's anything wrong with spectacle. It's fine. But real estate is so precious in film. Every scene needs to be doing a dozen different things, and you have to be constantly driving the plot and the characters forward, all while evoking some sort of emotion, be it terror or exhilaration or sadness or just joy. And yes, the big picture of the film, the overarching story and themes are vital too. Even the greatest hook can lose its impact without the stakes established by the big picture. But that big picture can ultimately never resonate and immerse the audience without those individual moments to pull you in and keep you perpetually invested. In a way, hooks embody what we're trying to do as artists, evoke emotions and create moments and images that stay with you for days or weeks or 37 years. Take a second to think about how many iconic moments from Steven Spielberg's films are just engraved into your brain. He packs so much thought and imagination into every shot. Everything he does, successful or unsuccessful, is just oozing creativity. Spielberg's become a legendary director because he creates legendary moments, legendary hooks that stay with you forever. But most importantly, they're just really fun. Hey gals, guys, and otherwise, it somehow took me a whopping 4 videos to finally nerd out about Spielberg, surprising no one. And I am so sincerely pumped to hear everyone's favorite action hooks. Like, I love this stuff, so please comment all of them. Also, like and subscribe and share and eat and pray and love. And if you really dug the video, please hit up ko-fi.com/roselion and donate some quote-unquote coffees. That money is how these videos get made without me having to do lame stuff like starve to death. Plus, you'll get a shout out at the end of the next video, like these cool folks. Zach B, I love you. Al Perth, I love you. Meg, I love you. Kiwi, I love you as both a human being and an artist. Jackie, aka your soulmate, I honestly think you're moving a little too fast here. But also I love you. Beck, love you. Ophelia, I love you. And somebody. More like somebody to love. Like the Queen song. 'Cause I love you. And, as always, go make stuff.